ran for U.S. Senate this summer in the Democratic primary. I'm interested in the work of Mr. Price, followed it for a while. I've been doing a lot of work to end U.S. participation in the unconstitutional legislation in the war in Yemen and Saudi Arabia have been raging. And I'm curious about what it's like for you in your role as a fellow gay man to be essentially having to defend a relationship with the Saudi dictatorship that's been persecuting members of our community, and then part of the law is that there's penalty of death, flogging for members of our community, and how it is for you and how you do that at the same time and a dictatorship that's waging war and starving children in Yemen and violating women's rights. How do you justify being a spokesperson for a country that maintains a relationship with a dictatorship?
I appreciate the question. It's a good one. When it comes to Saudi Arabia, and this is not a dynamic, unfortunately, that is unique to Saudi Arabia. But we have two choices. We can try to engage with Saudi Arabia. We can try to have a recalibrated relationship, a relationship that reflects our interests and our values. Or we can say, as there's a push to do, to hell with them. We're done with them. We're never going to engage with them. We're going to sever our relationship. If we want to have influence on what Saudi Arabia is, what Saudi Arabia does, if we want to have influence on any country that is not reflective of not only America's values, but values that should be universal, it doesn't do us any good to say to hell with them. It doesn't do us any good to cut them off entirely. If we are going to shape the trajectory of a country like Saudi Arabia or a broader region, there has to be some sort of engagement. And now that engagement can't be the type of engagement that we had in the last administration, I think, where blank checks were offered. It was just a total bear hug to a country like Saudi Arabia. But there is a middle ground there where we can engage practically. We can pursue our shared interests. There are 70,000 Americans in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Obviously, we need to care about their safety and well-being. But when we do have that engagement and some semblance of a bilateral relationship, we can push the kingdom, try to push the kingdom and its decision makers in a more constructive route when it comes to human rights, when it comes to specifically LGBTQ plus rights, women's rights, the rights of minorities. The Saudis aren't going to listen to a thing we say if we tell them that we're done and